Alright, hi, good day everyone. So today we're gonna do number 2, May, June. Let's just get it done. We're gonna be doing May, June 2025, number 2. Factorize completely each of the following expressions. So factorization means to put it in bracket form. We have, just gonna write it over because it's a little bit blurry, xy squared minus x squared y. So first off, what do these two terms have in common? They both have x and y in common. So xy by what would give you xy squared? Xy by y would give you xy squared. And xy by what would give you x squared by x. And that would be your answer, how you would do this question. Right? Or you could do it like this. Xy multiplied by what would give you xy squared, and xy multiplied by what would give you minus x squared y. We know this is y, and we know this would be negative x. Whatever's in the boxes will be what is the term that's supposed to go in your brackets. Alright, let's go on to another question. They said to factorize completely. Immediately we know that you should notice that this is a quadratic. We have to factorize it. So again, to factorize a quadratic, the first step is to identify a, b, and c. A is a coefficient of x, b is a coefficient, a is a coefficient of x squared, b is a coefficient of x, and c is your constant. So a would be 3, b, although we are not seeing it, is 1x, so this is 1, c is negative 10. Then we take a and multiply by c. AC is equals to 10. Then find your factors of 10 using the pairing method. 1 and 10. Can 2 go into 10? Yes. 2 and 5. What about 3? No. Let's bring that up closer. Right. These are all your factors of 10. Now the pairs that we had, which is 1 and 10 and 2 and 5, which, hold on, my bad. 1 by a by c is 3 by 10, which is 30, not 10. Erase this, this, this. A by c is 3 by 10, which is equals to 30. Factors of 30 using the pairing method, 1 and 30. 2 and what by 2 would give you 30, 15. What about 3? Yes. 3 by what would give you 30, 10. What about 4? No, 4 can't go into 30. What about 5? Yes. 5 by what? 5 by 6. 6 5s are 30. Is there any other number after 5? Well, we reach 6, which is the number after 5. So we know that these are all your factors of 30. Now, which pair of numbers that you multiplied to get 30, which pair would you have to subtract to get 1? Subtract or add? I'm seeing that the answer could clearly be 5 and 6. Cannot be 1 and 30 cross that out. Cannot be 2 and 15. Cannot be 3 and 10. It has to be 5 and 6. So we know that B will be replacing 1, would be 6 minus 5. Now you're going to replace this with 6x minus 5x. Right? So you're going to replace this into the equation. You have 3x squared plus 6x minus 5x minus 10. We have 4 terms here. You take the first two, factorize it. What does 3x squared and 6x have in? So you take the first pair of numbers. What does 3x squared and 6x? What does 3 and 6 have in common? 3. What about x squared and x? So what 3x by what would give you 3x squared? X. 3x by what would give you 6x? 2. Then what does minus 5 and minus 5x and minus 10 have in common? Minus 5. And this would be x plus 2. Alright, so you know your answer would be 3x minus 5. And the brackets are the same, so it would be in the next bracket, which is x plus 2. And that is how you would factorize this. Next one, they say solve for n. Let's just zoom up to see. So they told you that's, I'm going to rewrite it. It's a little bit blurry. 4n divided by 4 to the power 3 is equals to a quarter. Right now, we know according to our rule, when we are dividing, right, right? We have to subtract our power. So this is going to be 4 to the power of n minus 3 is equal to, now again, this would be 1 over 4 to the power of 1. If we put this as a negative in the c, it would be 4 to the power of negative 1. So 4 to the power of negative 1. We can say equate our powers, or put the powers be equal, because the 4's are equal. The only thing that's not equal is n minus 3 and minus 6. So we can say n minus 3 is equals to minus 1. Carry this across. So n would be minus 1 plus 3. So n is equals to 2. And we can check that 4 to the power 2 divided by 4 to the power 3. 2, that would be 4 to the power of 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. 4 to the minus 1, which is a quarter. Right? And so we know that this is correct. Part C. Let's look at it very quickly. Question is, the length of the three sides of a trapezium as shown in the diagram below. The area of a trapezium is 750 square units. Write down an expression in terms of P and Q for the area of a trapezium. So area of a trapezium is the sum. Alright, so we know that the area of a trapezium is, let's put down the formula, a half by A plus B by H, where A and B are your parallel sides, which would be this, and H is your height. So this will be a half. A would be 4P plus 3Q by 6P. Right? So you can leave it like this, but I would like to make it a little bit neater. So I'm going to multiply. Again, multiplication is commutative, doesn't matter the order in which we multiply, you're supposed to get the same answer. So a half by 6p is 3p, so that'll be 3p by 4p plus 3q, which should give you 4 3s are 12, that's 12p squared plus 3 3s are 9, 9pq. Or you could have multiplied 6 by each term here and then find a half. So 6 4s are, so if I multiply 6 by each term here, 6 4s are 24. So I would have had a half by 24 p squared, 6 3s are 18, plus 18 pq, right? And a half of 24p squared is 12p squared, and a half of 18pq is 9pq. So no matter how you multiply it out, you're supposed to get the same answer of a half p squared plus 9pq. Given that pq is 2p, determine the value of p. So they're telling you that q is equals to 2p. So I'm going to put it in this equation. So which is, in fact, hold on, they told you that the area, I forgot this part, is 750. Alright, so let's just, we're going to substitute q is equals to 2p into this equation. So substitute q is equals to 2p into 12p squared plus 9pq is equals to 750. So this would be 12p squared plus 9p by, instead of q, we know the relationship between 9p and q's multiplication. You're going to put 2p is equals to 750. Excuse me. That's 12p squared. 9 2s are 18. 18p squared is equals to 750, right? 18 and 12 can add. 18 plus 12 is 30, so you know that 30p squared is equals to 750. You carry across 30, so that's p squared is 750 divided by 30 is 25. Hold on, let's go down. So p would be equal, p squared is equals to 25. Right? If you carry this across, it'll be the opposite, which is the opposite of squared is square root. So p is equal to the square root of 25, which is equal to plus or minus 5. Now, because this is area, p cannot be a negative number. It has to be a positive number. So p is equals to 5. And that is how you would get your answer for this question right here. And that is the end of number 2, paper 2, May, June 2020.